So, if you engage on social media at any amount of time, you will obviously realize that there is an epidemic of everybody saying, I don't want nobody. I'd rather be single. There is an epidemic of isolation. Everybody, men, women, married, single, divorced, widowed, everybody has been penetrated by the spirit of isolation, right? Everybody just feels like, I just don't want to be bothered. Like everybody's turned into a recluse. Like I just want to go to work, go to the gym, go do my little hobby, whatever the hobby is, and go back in the house because there's snacks, naps, and TV. That seems to be the whole, just everybody. I've even heard married people say, I don't even want to be bothered. And I prayed about that because I've been feeling it too. I'm a loner, so it don't matter to me. I could care less. But I prayed about it, and me and God, we talk a lot. We talk too much sometimes, it seems, but it's healthy.
In a quarter mile, use any lane to turn left onto US 1 North, US 378 East.
Telling all my business. But yeah, I prayed about that. I'm like, why is it like nobody wants to be with anybody else anymore? Back in the day, if you didn't have somebody, everybody was like, what is wrong with you? And now it's everybody like, I don't. If you want somebody,
to turn left onto US 1.
if you actively want somebody, now it seems like there is a encyclopedia of rules that you have to follow, and there are things that you should and should not do. Don't call first. If they don't call, you don't call. Match this, and they gotta have that, and you gotta do this. And it's just like everybody's trying to heal, but nobody is going outside to see if they're truly healed because they don't want to be triggered. And that's an actual thing. When you're by yourself, who is triggering you for you to say, oh, I don't have an anger issue, but you're not around anybody to make you angry to see if you're still going to stay calm? Because I see that popping up a lot too. Like, are you healed or are you just not triggered because you're by yourself? And of course, that's the truth. You don't know if you've passed the test unless you're tested. But nobody wants to be together. And when I prayed about it, God asked me, well, what do you think? And I was like, well, I know I don't want nobody. Because when I look back at it, it's like being with, what I said was, well, God, being with somebody, being with a man, I don't see the benefit. Being with a man, I do not see the benefit because I can take care of myself. If I'm sick, I can call a doctor. If I'm hungry, I can order food. I go to work. I love my job. I love my business. I understand why some men become workaholics, because when you have something you're passionate about and you see the rewards, you feel like, yes, I'm accomplishing the very thing God promised me. I see why you can get addicted to success. I understand. And it causes you to not care about anything else. I absolutely get it. But I was corrected because God said there is no benefit of being with a broken man. That looks bad. There is no benefit of being with a broken man, but with a healed person, with a healed man, there's a million benefits that I have in store for you. And that's the thing. Everybody thinks they're healed or they're in their healing journey. But the devil is wise. The devil has convinced us that once you have healed, stay inside. Don't interact. Don't go to the next phase of quality assurance to seeing if everything works the way it was intended. It's, no, I'm healed. I think I'm good. I know how to forgive. I know how to be patient, kind, nurturing, loving. How you know that? Because I'm doing it to myself. Perfect. Now, can you do it with somebody else like God instructed us to do? That is the goal. It's not for you to be able to love yourself and be patient with yourself and forgive yourself. It's for you to get to that level where God does it in you through the Holy Spirit. And then you go out, like he said, I'm sending you out into the world to preach the gospel. The gospel is love. So can you love other people? Can you be patient and kind and not hold grudges and not keep score and not throw it up in their face and not be petty and not argue, fuss, fight, demean, and not be demure, since that's the key word these days? Can you do all those things to somebody else who cannot do it back to you? That's where the devil is just, I hate to give him props, but he's just so wise. He's like, yeah, now they're waking up. They're realizing that I'm the problem, but I'm still gonna Ephesians 6. I'm not gonna cause them to wear the whole armor. I'm not going to cause them to wrestle against the spirit. They're going to always fight against the flesh. Because now it's like, I'm good. I don't want to be around you because you're not good. And he's like, as long as I don't allow them or I convince them that being together has no benefit, I still win. You can be healed. That's fine. But don't two healed. I will not allow two healed people to be together, because then they will start to operate in kingdom principles of God, because healed people are always drawn to God or some sort of spirituality. But everybody, when they start to heal or wake up or whatever you want to call it, they start seeking God, they start eating healthy, and they start working out, and they start reading more, they start caring about internal peace, emotional stability, forgiveness, not harboring too much, because the heaviness in your heart is really what keeps you away from God. There's too much clutter. And when you start realizing, I need to unpack some of these suitcases and this luggage and baggage that I have, then the devil's like, oh snap, they about to wake up. Because once you have no clutter, God can talk to you, because now there's no distraction, there's no noise. You don't have the devil telling you all this nonsense, and you're not, the insecurity is not there. The boldness starts to awaken. Now it's just, I can see clearly, I can hear clearly. Let them that have ears hear me. My sheep, they know my voice. Because see, when the devil shuts up, the spirit is loud, right? The spirit is very loud. So that is why I've come to a realization. This is why the enemy is causing everybody to not want to be with anybody. Even if you've done the work, he won't let you perform the work. Yeah, you did it to yourself. The blueprint is good, but the house is not being built because all of the contractors are not able to come together, because everybody feels like everybody else is broken. And that's not true. And the more we keep saying it, the more we're feeding into that spirit, and the bigger it's getting. And then everybody's like, yep, that's why I just be by myself. That's why I don't want nobody. That's why I'd rather just do me and Jesus. Okay, good. But then if you are really cool with Jesus and you listen and obey because you truly are in love, then God will tell you it ain't about you. It's about the people I sent you to. Because each one teach one. I gave you 10,000 people. Like they say in the Bible, 1 can chase 1,000, 2 can chase 10,000. But when you are healed, now it's 10,000 and 100,000. It's 100-fold. And that is what we are called to do. Not on a major platform. Sometimes it's just family member, by coworker, by that raggedy neighbor that you don't like, but God tells you to pray for them and show them love because they're broken. You're healed now. You have to pass on the healing. That's what the enemy is distracting us from. Not the fact that men cheat and women are gold diggers. That's not it. The truth of the matter is we all want to be accepted. We all want validation. We all want love. We all are broken in some way. Even if you're married and you're like, well, I got my person, that don't mean nothing. That really don't mean nothing. Because if God is not your person, then you're still out here by yourself. You're still out here uncovered, unprotected. You're unsupported. And if you've ever been in a situation, whether it was family or marriage or even at work, where you are at work and you're married and you still feel uncovered, unprotected, and unsupported, you know how isolating that feels in the midst of a crowd. So the devil has done a great job at causing us to be so distracted about each other's brokenness that we can't even see that we are the answer to our own healing by healing other people. That's what this is. That's what this spiritual warfare is. You know, before it was mental health. Everybody had a mental illness, anxiety, depression, ADHD. All of a sudden, everybody had that. And that's why that was the theme of the decade. Mental health. Now it's Jesus and counseling. No, Jesus, hashtag Jesus and therapy. Okay, yeah. That's a part of the process. But now once you go to therapy and you're here, now you're looking at everybody else through cracked glasses because you think you're better than. And you're not. You're not better than until you make somebody better than you. That's what you should be focusing on. The fact that the devil has us so distracted that we are not even healing other people as we're supposed to.